Devil Hunter's Chainsaw Man chapter 160, titled That for Which the Heartbeat makes Katana Man an enemy to a frenemy. What special devil can take out the entire cast trying to save Denji? And your boy finally hit 100,000 subscribers. Oh my god, it's been almost 5 years and here we are. Thank you guys so much. We will probably talk more in detail what that means for the channel going forward and what to expect and maybe what other series to anticipate. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and begin with the chapter where we last ended things off with the face-off of Yoru and Fami against Katana Man. So immediately Yoru asks Fami if she can use her powers, but Fami's silence says it all. She's not going to. Now, whether she's reluctant or she simply can't or she's too weak or maybe it's a combination of all of the above, it's a little unfortunate we don't see her do much of anything in this chapter, considering she was quite literally the punching bag of chapter 159. And to see her say something or even pull up another devil, if she could have, which, come on, let's be real, we know she can, is a little bit disappointing in this chapter, but I digress. Because immediately after, Katana Man confuses Fami for Yoru and accidentally reveals that Fami's poetry collection will be on sale next month, which is pretty hilarious that Fujimoto is bringing back one of the earliest jokes about the whole poem collection. If you guys remember, I believe it was in the Falling Devil arc where she went on about this rant about like Denji being so fantastic and Chainsaw Man, etc. And now, knowing Fujimoto and his quirky humor, I can't help but wonder if that will actually be some future Chainsaw Man merchandise going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. And I would even love if that continues to be an ongoing joke where the hybrids or even just some antagonist in Chainsaw Man is like, wait, you're Asamitaka, aren't you the one who dropped that poem collection? Oh my god, I really adore it. Anyway, the Nail Fiend asks if Katana Man is a fan of Fami's work, but he denies it, saying the world's current state is because of his worship, not the fandom. And he goes on to say, like his grandfather has mentioned, it's idiots in religion that makes the world worse. In the world of Chainsaw Man, he's not completely wrong. Because of the worship and idolization of Chainsaw Man, they got themselves in the situation that they're in right now. The Nail Fiend mocks Katana Man for being a former Yakuza member, but the eye patch public safety devil hunter commands them to kill Asa, Fami, and the rest of the students. Quick on her feet, Asa tells Katana Man that they're there to fight Chainsaw Man, confusing everyone. Asa reveals Chainsaw Man has been nearby the whole time. However, eye patch public safety devil hunter tries to make Katana Man and Nail Fiend obey by promising to fulfill their dreams, but they ultimately refuse. And I don't think this is a surprise to anyone. We know someone like Katana Man and the Nail Fiend, there's probably some angle as to why they're helping out public safety. Maybe someone like Quan Chi because she has close ties with Kishibe. Where the hell is Kishibe, by the way? Someone like Katana Man, well, you know there has to be an angle, whether it's like a reduced sentence or, as we find out in this chapter, to reform his glory days of his grandfather's Yakuza. There was always some type of angle as to why he was helping out public safety in the first place, and now we got the answer. Now, the dreams of the Nail Fiend, we don't know what they are, but I would love to see, because let's be real, this is Chainsaw Man. I think when the Nail Fiend eventually dies, for them to reveal that their biggest dream was to open up like a hardware shop, but I digress. The Nail Fiend adds that they dislike eliminating children, and Katana Man refuses the orders of the eye patch public safety devil hunter because his dream is to eliminate Chainsaw Man. And we know Katana Man is a very simple man altogether. He still plans to get his vengeance on Chainsaw Man, and now I like that little dynamic added into this narrative. Whatever happens in this attempt to rescue Denji at this point, now we have so many conflicting parties. I really want to see how this is ultimately going to come to fruition, because there could be a scenario where Yoru ends up betraying Katana Man and then turns a hybrid into a weapon, and that's how she regains her arm. Or there's a scenario where Katana Man could heavily injure Fami and Yoru to see some opportunistic moment. Or maybe there could be a scenario where Katana Man wants to eliminate Chainsaw Man but doesn't because he sees him already in a messed up position. Who am I kidding? That's probably not going to happen. Either way, there's a lot of interesting things where this could go, but the most exciting talking point in this chapter, without a doubt, is the fact that the public safety devil hunter that tells the Nail Fiend and Katana Man to fight Asa, Yoru, and the students end up vanishing because he quickly finds out that he's being outnumbered by everyone in the room. So in the blink of an eye, he ends up vanishing. And look, whether it's an impressive speed feat or whether it's just a comedic joke where, you know, in cartoons when you run away, there's just the smoke that settles. It could just simply be something like that. But the last words he ends up saying is, and I quote, "You want to go see Chainsaw Man? Knock yourselves out. In the meantime, I'll go fetch someone who can kill you all." Now, every chapter so far in this Denji prison break arc, many of us have been speculating a popular character we want to see. I'm not going to say the character's name because at this point it's already tried and true and a deadbeat horse. TJ Miles, don't say the name. I'm not going to say the name, but I'm just going to show the character, and there's only one character that I can think of that can face off against two horsemen of the apocalypse, a weapon slash hybrid devil, and a nail fiend. Now, who is someone on that type of power that can possibly take all of these strong adversaries? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm gonna say, if this is how we get the reveal of this popular character that we've all been patiently waiting on, that Fujimoto has been knowing that the entire fandom wants, I'm gonna say that's gonna be a cool reveal. But hypothetically speaking, if it is the character that we've all been clamoring about for months end, we know that this specific character is probably going to do a complete 180, much like Katana Man, and is only putting up a front because at the end of the day, these weapon slash hybrids have their own agenda. And come on, we want to see this little love triangle, assuming it's the character that we all think it could be. Now, beyond that specific character that I'm not going to name in this chapter, could it be Kishibe? Could it be the future devil? Let me know in the comments down below if it's a new devil or someone else. But beyond that, we see Haruka end up stressing out, saying if we get to go meet Chainsaw Man, we should be doing something more important than fight him, which is just an ultimate joke setup for Yoru to now make the statement that Katana Man had said earlier, in which that the reason her heart is still beating is to fight Chainsaw Man. And in Fujimoto fashion, I love how Katana Man ends up saying, "I expect no less from Chainsaw Man's woman. She's already stealing my lines." So where are we gonna go with this? Who the hell knows? But the bi-weekly devil, once again, guys, we've missed the bi-weekly devil 6 weeks in a row. I don't know what's happening with Fujimoto. He is on a roll right now. It seems like the prison break arc is slowly but surely introducing fun and exciting new elements. And at this point, I think many of us can all agree we're in for a very good time. But to discuss more of this, we'll go live in the live discussion later on today, which you can click right here.